let me end human suffering for you guys. And this whole premise starts with one question, that is the eternal search for the one truth. Every person, every religion, and every person especially would try to go to this master, who would try to go to the spiritual seeker, who would try to go to see Buddha in an alternative plane, and to meet Krishna in an alternative plane, or meet some god or master in an alternative plane or in this plane, and ask one question, that is, can you give me one teaching that will solve my life problems? Right? We all need that one solution to change this complicated life. And people say, and most of the religious people say believe in God. Most of the people who says is atheist or agnostics, or I believe in godliness not God kind of people, say believe in meditation and yourself. Right? Don't you see that? Now the main question is, problem is, we are trying to fixate on one truth that sets us free. What if the truth of life is constantly changing phenomena? It's a new idea, right? What if today's solution, like, what if life is so simple and life is not really profound, and we are too, what do you call it? We are too fixated on the idea that life has to be something more than this. That is like, I tell you to taste a new food that you have never tasted before. The first time you taste that food, it will give you a euphoria. You'll be saying, you know what, this food is crazy. But if you taste it again and again, you kind of say, okay, let me try something new. What happened to the first food that you have tasted? That is what life it is. You are living in this life, and you have something known as age and people meeting and occasions and coincidences happening to you, and in one time you see this life as very beautiful thing, and that point of time where you saw this life as a beautiful thing has passed. Now you are trying to get that beautiful thing again. An analogy is when a grandparent talks to a grandchild, right? Grandchild may be looking at his PC, laptop, phone, iPad, or something like that, and grandparent kind of says, back in my days, we didn't have iPad, we didn't have TV, we didn't have internet. Why? Because the grandparent is actually on a different timeline, and not like, don't think of it as time is complicated stuff, I can't understand this, what is time. No. Just say linear timeline in a normal scientific way. Okay, 1990 and 2023 or 26, right? That guy who is the grandparent said that my eternal truth of happiness is me not watching the TV and going and playing out with the friends. Okay, and I saw that this act of going and seeing people and making community and all of this thing is bringing me happiness. Okay, but the grandchild also has the same thing. He talks to people online, and he goes to meet sometimes, and he might also see online communication is more feasible and more acceptable for him, and he is finding happiness. But then the society questions the grandchild, are you finding happiness? Actually, isn't it more better to go and talk to another person in real life rather than going and chatting online? And they will try to give you 110 reasons why you should go and find people outside and and this will actually make the grandchild think about himself, whether he is happy or not, which is a thought which he doesn't need to think about. Okay, now let's understand one more thing. What is thought? What I have figured out is, this is a human brain, right? And what is this thought? And what is thought and what is feeling? I think feeling is just one of the thought, and thought is nothing but a mechanical system. Let me explain in detail. You wake up in the morning. Do you remember your name? Yes. Do you think about your name, or is it automatically being remembered? It's automatically being remembered by you. You wake up and you go, for example, I make tea. Every morning I make one glass of tea to wake me up. I do not actually think about how I want to make this tea. It's just a mechanical process. I know my way of making tea is to boil water first. Some of the people boil milk and water together first, but I boil water first. I like it this way. I do not have to think about it. When I am making tea, I'm actually planning this video, right? I'm planning the video for the day. I'm planning the job things that I have to do for the day. I'm planning my daily commute issues for the day. I'm not actually thinking of making the tea. It's something that is made automatically because I have urges, right? So thoughts and feelings are like that. We have a very long history of life, and we have accumulated all of this all of this information, and people kind of say it is stored in brain. I think it's not. I think it's stored in body as well. So my question is, coming back to the thing, if we accept that life is not a centimeter or a micro centimeter better than what we see today, and we accept the fact that it is like that. Recently I saw somewhere Sadhguru was like being asked by a student, and the student's question was, what happens if I do a mistake? And Sadhguru was like, or in cloud nine, right? And he was like looking down, not saying looking down, and he was like, this answer is so simple, don't you get it, kind of mood, right? And he's saying, I would change it, and I would make a different solution to change the problem. Then the student actually asks again, what if I'm wrong and it hurts people? Then Sadhguru says, oh, I have lived my life so much so that I could understand that some things I couldn't change. Oh, profound experience, my brother, profound experience. Or this thing this kid knows. Why do you need here? I think, right? So what profundity is, like, you are having this thought and you are already having the answer. Now you are telling Sadhguru to confirm your answer. This is what the process is. And this confirming your answer is a very psychological need that you get when you are young. When you are very little, when you are in a baby till 7 years old, you need a conformality. For example, what is this? If I ask this to, or if I am a child and I ask this to my parent, what is this? They will say it's an erasable marker pen. I got the answer, that's it. Never in our life whereby somebody who were parenting us or when somebody who are teaching us said, if we ask this question to a teacher or a parent, what is this? Nobody said, what do you think this is? Then we will say, I don't know what this is. It's something red. Okay, what is red? Red is a color. Okay, red is a color. Red is a color is what you taught me. Okay, red is actually a sound to differentiate this color. Okay, okay. So what is the purpose of this tool? I can open this thing here like this. Oh, okay, okay. That is the purpose of the tool. Okay. Is this tool having a purpose, teacher? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, let me draw it on a whiteboard. Oh, it is making some color. Oh, that is this. This is not a marker yet for me or the child. That is first time understanding this. It's still something that he can hold, and it's in this shape, right? Now you can see in the video, it's actually not a cylindrical shape. It's actually a flat object, but in your brain you're processing it and you're saying, oh, usually white markers are in cylindrical point of view. But if I say this, and your reality bends it, right? So I'm saying thought, all I'm trying to say is thought is nothing but a mechanical work thing. It's like a neural network. It's just firing it. And spirituality and gurus will tell it's so profound, it's so nothing is there, bro. There is just mechanical way of thinking, and all this meditation and this thing trying to stop thinking is a bluff. Okay, you are not trying to stop anything, and all this kundalini racing thing is just oxygen deprivation. Think about it. All of these enlightened gurus, where are they now? What are they doing? What are they doing when they are say in the same plane as us, and they are trying to sell a different solution? Capitalists sell solutions like quick fixes. Spiritualists sell solution that never fixes. It gives you a new belief. It gives you a redundant belief. It says, like for Hinduism, it says, Krishna had said, Arjuna, that you cannot understand consciousness at all. Oh, great, that is good. Then why am I trying to understand it? Leave it. I can't understand it, right? You said I can't understand it. Okay, I understand that. Now I'm not trying to understand it. Let me live my life in peace.